God said he would free the Israelites from their slavery in Egypt. But Pharaoh the king refused to let them go. God spoke to Moses and Aaron, the great-grandsons of Levi. "I have heard the groaning of my people," he said. "I will stretch out my hand against Egypt and bring my people out." Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh and showed him a sign of God's power. Aaron threw down his staff and it turned into a snake. But Pharaoh's magicians threw down their staffs and more snakes appeared. Then Aaron's staff swallowed up the others. But still Pharaoh wouldn't listen. In the morning, Moses and Aaron met Pharaoh by the river Nile. Aaron stretched out his staff over the water, and it turned into blood. All the water in Egypt became blood, so that the people couldn't drink it, and all the fish died. This was the first plague that God sent on the land of Egypt. But still Pharaoh wouldn't listen. 1 week later, Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh again with the same message. "The Lord says, 'Let my people go.'" But Pharaoh refused. So God caused frogs to swarm all over the land. There were frogs everywhere, inside people's houses, on their beds, in bowls and in ovens. This was the second plague. "Ask the Lord to take the frogs away," said Pharaoh, "and then I'll let you go." But when the frogs did go away, Pharaoh changed his mind and would not let them go. More and more plagues came to Egypt. The third plague was a plague of gnats. Aaron stretched his hand over the dust of the earth, and it all turned into gnats. Pharaoh's magicians tried to make gnats too, but they couldn't. But still Pharaoh wouldn't listen. The fourth plague was a plague of flies. Pharaoh said he'd let the people go if the flies went away. But when they did, he hardened his heart and still didn't let the Israelites go. The fifth plague was a plague on the livestock. All the Egyptians' horses, donkeys, camels, cows and sheep died. But Pharaoh still refused to obey the Lord. The sixth plague was a plague of boils. Painful sores broke out on all the Egyptians' bodies. But Pharaoh still wouldn't listen. The seventh plague was a plague of hail. Heavy hailstones fell from the sky all over Egypt, except in the land of Goshen, where the Israelites lived. Pharaoh said he would let the people go if the hail came to an end. But when the hail did stop, Pharaoh hardened his heart and kept on disobeying God. The eighth plague was a plague of locusts. Swarms of them came over the land and ate up all the plants. Again, Pharaoh said he'd let the people go now, but when the locusts went, he changed his mind. So a ninth plague came. Thick darkness fell over the land for 3 days. But still Pharaoh wouldn't let the Israelites go. The Lord said to Moses, "I will bring one more plague upon Pharaoh and Egypt, and then he will let you go." God told Moses what the last plague would be. All the firstborn sons in Egypt would die, including Pharaoh's, and there would be a great cry throughout the land. We learn from this story that God is mighty in power. He can do great wonders. And we learn how important it is to listen to God. Pharaoh refused to, and it brought him such trouble. And we learn that God judges those who defy him. So we need his forgiveness, and that comes through Jesus.